Pretty nice.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And what a nice morning out there, continuing just one amazing stretch for us here in central New York. It just seems to keep on going.
Yeah, lots of sunshine yesterday. Only a few downpours up north, but still today, another nice sunny afternoon expected.
All right.
Let's take a look at what's going on out there early this morning, and it is a quiet start. We begin with a look at a 51-degree morning out there, dew point of 49, refreshing humidity. And so begins the continued downward slide of the sunrise and sunset times, now sitting at 6:30 to the sunrise and 7:30 nearly the sunsets. And we'll talk about that more coming up in a few minutes, and what it'll look like 2 months from now, which might not be the best news. But either way, a live look at downtown Utica. You got some pretty nice skies out there early today. 50s for much of the area, 40s with some fog up in Saranac Lake, and the radar picking up dry conditions here across the Mohawk Valley. And today we'll see those sunny skies continue. High temperatures pushing 80 degrees. And as we head into tomorrow, it's going to be another nice day. But tomorrow night, or at least tomorrow evening, a strong cold front moves in. This could bring with it some showers, some thunderstorms, which some could be on the stronger side. We're going to track those coming up in a few short minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are following some breaking news overnight.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sunrise on this Wednesday morning. Today, we are tracking a pretty nice beginning. Dry weather across the area. Live look at some roadways here from the Mohawk Valley up into the North Country and into the southern valleys, where things are relatively clear. Little, if any, fog right now. Some of that is forming near Glens Falls and up in parts of the Adirondacks near Saranac Lake. But here in the Mohawk Valley, not a whole lot of fog taking place right now. Matter of fact, it's primarily isolated in the Binghamton area, just south of it in parts of the southern tier. So we look at traffic flow this morning. Lots of green, no true impacts early today, no accidents to report. And as you head out to work today, or if you're taking the kids out to school, you've got a pretty nice morning. Yes, a little chilly out, but it's dry with some patchy isolated fog in the highest of elevations. This afternoon, lots of sunshine, temperatures climbing into the upper 70s, near 80. So beautiful sunny day today. And this will continue through the start of tomorrow. But again, tomorrow night, there's a chance of some thunderstorms moving in. We'll track those and the impacts of it straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The USGS live stream camera caught a whirlwind kicking up loose ash along the active Kilauea volcano in Hawaii, causing what they call a volnado. The USGS says volcanoes are caused by a mix of hot and cold air. Kilauea's eruption sent lava up to 500 feet in the air. The current eruption has been ongoing since last December. Wow, amazing video right there. So cool. Wow. The time right now is 5:15.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Today, starting out cool, dare I say crisp out there with dry conditions. Take a live look in Cooperstown early today, where, yeah, still rather dark out. A lack of an early morning twilight we were accustomed to the past few months, but it is a 48-degree start to the day today with very low humidity, and we're tracking that to continue throughout the entire day today. Radar and satellite showing basically no activity here. There are a few showers firing up in the higher elevations down south. And today, maybe a few isolated pockets of showers focused in the High Peaks area, but this will not be as high of a chance today like yesterday, where some of you in Herkimer and Hamilton counties saw passing downpour and even a few thunderstorms. But we look at the bigger picture here, because our main story looking ahead over the next couple of days is this rainfall that's arriving tomorrow evening. And this is a pretty significant cold front. Watch what happens right here. For one, this cold front sweeps its way south and east, but also look at those blues right there. There's potential for snow to fall north of Lake Superior, or at least by as early as tonight and even tomorrow. We're not going to see any of that snow here locally, but it goes to show you how these patterns and the air masses are getting colder, especially up north, and they're driving farther and farther south as the seasons slowly change. But here locally, this cold front is going to produce showers, thunderstorms, even potentially some stronger winds. And so, what I mentioned yesterday is that the Storm Prediction Center, the agency that makes these maps that we show you right here, these different colors here, they didn't have us in the marginal risk yet, and I was wondering if they're going to based off how the signal looked, and sure enough, they upgraded to a marginal level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather tomorrow. Biggest concern, some stronger wind gusts, straight line winds, and isolated tornado can't be ruled out as this front passes over us. But that's some strong language here. That's a rarity with this type of front here. Today, it's sunny, it's dry, 70s across the board. Tonight, lows in the 50s. Tomorrow, quiet morning, then here comes this front. Now, it's not as well defined in our skycast like it was yesterday. A few pockets of thunderstorms leading ahead of the actual cold front that moves through in the late evening. So if this is the scenario here, we're expecting more so heavy rain and less severe weather, but the risk is still there, so we'll keep a close eye on it Thursday, because following that, it does dry up on Friday. A secondary cold front moves through on Saturday. That'll bring more rain showers and some even cooler temperatures. Sunday and Monday, the coolest days of the next 7 will be in the low 60s, but I'm looking at the longer range. We're going to see some warmer temperatures following that, so we have some cool downs and warm-ups as September continues on, but today, though, Gary, is looking very nice.
Yeah, 80, wow.
80 and sunshine.
Another gorgeous day across the Mohawk Valley. Eric, thanks. Well, with Rome, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore, meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center. And Eric, well, you are tracking another nice day here in the Mohawk Valley.
Yeah, the weather so far looking pretty pleasant. It's a little cool out there. Let's take a look at the current conditions. We're in the 50s right now, but expect those temperatures to climb quickly throughout the day today. Refreshing humidity as well, which is the great news there. Let's take a look outside in Utica, where we're starting to see that early morning twilight. It's a little bit delayed, but here it is. And we're going to see a lot more of those blue skies throughout the day. Checking with other temperatures across the state, we are in the 50s for pretty much all of the area. Dansville still being the warm spot here at 60 degrees, 45 as you head up in the Adirondacks. Radar is also looking dry, and throughout the day today, again, expect sunshine, temperatures pushing near 80. But as we head into tonight, we cool down once more. Tomorrow, starting out sunny, dry, and warm, but we head into tomorrow evening and we're tracking a cold front, one which will bring widespread rain and the potential for a few thunderstorms, which some of them could be on the stronger side. We're going to track those plus what follows that front coming up in that full forecast. Gary.
Eric, thanks. Survivors of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and
News Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody. On our photo of the day today, this is something that you might not have heard about before. You may have heard of rainbows, but maybe how about fog bows? You ever hear of those? Check out this shot of this right here. This was taken in North Winfield. Not by Patrick, did not change that, by the way. It was submitted anonymously, and this is an interesting sight here because it's not really a rainbow. You have all those little particles of, or at least droplets in the atmosphere right there of that fog, and it just, you get the right sun angle, and it produces a bow just like that. So if you have a photo, a cool phenomenon like this you'd like to share with us, send to the link right there in the top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics for chance your photo featured right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise every weekday morning. So today's weather, it starts out quiet and cool, temperatures in the 50s and 40s. This afternoon, we're tracking lots of sunshine. Yes, maybe an isolated shower in the higher elevations. Less of a chance compared to yesterday, but still that chance is there. Either way, we have a better shot for all of us to see widespread rainfall tomorrow. We'll track those chances straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The drama awaits as Broadway...
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Got some sunshine to start your day today. A little bit on the cool side, though. We're going to track the lack of rainfall today, but some more on the way tomorrow. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Conditions starting out today on the cooler side in the low 50s and upper 40s, but a great shot of that sunrise, the twilight out in the distance there. And the radar and satellite showing a very quiet northeast here early this morning. But as we had throughout the day, maybe a few pockets of downpours or showers firing up in the High Peaks area. It's going to be like yesterday, but a bit less notable or even more widespread compared to, say, the Old Forge and Herkimer County, Hamilton County areas that saw it yesterday. But the main weather system I'm focusing on today is what's going on out to the northwest. See this low pressure right here? This is producing widespread rain around Lake Superior and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Now this is going to push its way east. Look at this cold pocket of air. See those blues? That's snow. It is expected to fall in locations north of Lake Superior. No, we're not expecting to see any snow here in our area, but this is a very cold pocket of air dislodging some of that rainfall into our area, especially as we head into Thursday evening. So there's that cold front right here. As it moves its way east, it's going to bring that, followed by, again, some cooler weather. But we're not going to see the brunt of that cold. That stays still mainly to our north and west. Now, with that cold front, I mentioned yesterday that just looking at it, my gut feeling said this could be a bit stronger than initially anticipated. And sure enough, the Storm Prediction Center put us at a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5 for severe weather. It's basically covering much of central New York, pretty much most of New York State in general, actually. Biggest risk being some stronger straight line winds. Isolated tornado can't be ruled out, but that's not the main driver of the system here. Biggest impact, or at least the most likely scenario, is going to be that widespread heavy rainfall. So today, high temperatures, upper 70s, near 80 degrees. Tonight, lows in the 60s and 50s, so it's a warmer morning. And it's a quiet morning and early afternoon for your Thursday. But by the evening, here comes those showers and storms. This run of our Skycast produces a bit less of that consistent line of heavy rain and more steadier of rainfall, lasting a little longer. So we have a couple scenarios we're tracking right now. But either way, we'll keep a close eye on that front moving through Thursday, as again, there could be some stronger winds associated with it. Then after that cold front, high of 78 on Friday. It's a drier day. And then Saturday, another cold front moves through. That's going to cool things down Sunday and Monday, high of 63. Both those days, the coolest of the next 7. And then we likely warm up after that. But still today, Gary, it's 80 degrees nearly and lots of sunshine. Another nice day on tap as this great stretch of weather continues.
Boy, those golf courses are packed these days.
Oh, I bet. Gorgeous golfing weather.
Keep it going. The time right now is 5:54. Still at
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, I cannot believe the run of nice weather. It seems like for the past week, 2 weeks even.
Oh, yeah, and we got another nice day today, Gary. How about that? Lots of sunshine, low humidity. We'll keep that nice weather sailing. How about that? Let's take a look at what's going on out there early this morning. We first take a look at the current conditions at Griffiths and Rome. We're sitting at 51 degrees with, again, that refreshing humidity. Sunrise at 6:30, sunset at 7:37. So we are slowly trending in that darker direction. And again, coming up in a few minutes, we'll be talking about that change from the next month, maybe the next couple of months, how much different that sunrise sunset's going to be. But either way, downtown Utica, A live view outside. It's a gorgeous scene out there with that morning twilight. 51 in Rome, 53 Syracuse, 43 with some fog up in Saranac Lake. The radar at this hour is dry, and over the next 12 hours, we'll see mainly dry conditions. Sunshine in the valley, highs near 80 degrees. So there's a chance for a pop-up shower in some higher elevations. Not nearly as high of a chance as yesterday, but still possible. But all of us have a better shot of seeing some widespread rain tomorrow, primarily tomorrow evening. We're going to track the timing of it, if there's any impacts, and what follows that rainfall coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are following some breaking news.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody. Time now is 6:13, and as you head out to work today, you'll be dealing with seriously nothing going on. Got some dry weather across the board. A look at some area roadways going from the North Country, Southern Valleys early today. Some areas of fog, primarily focused in the Adirondacks and in the southern tier. Not really a whole lot taking place in the Mohawk Valley or even in central New York today. Traffic tracker green across the board. There is an accident to report of in Utica. We zoom in here. It's right along the intersection of Wirtz Ave at Leland Ave. Just a heads up there. Not on a main drag, but if you're in that vicinity, there's an accident reported there. Either way, this morning, today begins in the 50s and 40s with lots of sunshine, a few areas of isolated fog, but it's a rarity here. This afternoon, lots of sunshine. Similar to today's isolated pockets of fog, will be isolated pockets of downpours, primarily again in those highest of elevations. But either way, tonight it's quiet. Tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon is also looking quiet, but by tomorrow evening, we're tracking widespread rain, some thunderstorms. We'll have all that and more coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The USGS live stream camera caught a whirlwind kicking up loose ash along the active Kilauea volcano in Hawaii, causing what they call a volnado right there to the right of that volcanic ash right there. Volnados are caused by a mix of hot and cold air. Kilauea's eruption sent lava up to 500 feet in the air at one point. The current eruption has been ongoing since last December. The time right now is 6:50.
Storm Tracker 2 team, where we track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Today's weather looking pretty nice. Lots of sunshine, mainly dry weather. But I mentioned previously, our sunrise and sunset times are going to be under some big changes over the next couple of months. Mainly sunset times. Let's take a look right here at the changes taking place. Now, right around 7:30 is our sunset. In about a week, 7:21. In a month, 6:39. And in 2 months, 4:51. Now, I'm just the messenger here, but just a heads up that as we head into a couple of months from now, enjoy the late evening twilight while we still have it, basically. We have a beautiful scene out there in downtown Utica right now. Temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s. Lots of sunshine here across the Northeast. A few pockets of showers that could fire up again, mainly in the Adirondacks, but in the Mohawk Valley, rainfall free. We look at the bigger picture here, and our attention turns to what's going to be taking place tomorrow. We have this low pressure dragging a cold front into the Northeast and our area right here. And with it brings widespread rain, storm chances, and a bit of a cool down, a slight cool down as we enter the end of the week and into the weekend. And with that front, I mentioned yesterday that my gut feeling said there would be potentially an increase in severe weather risk. And sure enough, we went from a 0 risk to a level 1 out of 5 risk with that dark green pictured right there. Biggest concerns being some stronger straight line wind gusts. Isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out. It's something we have to keep a close eye on. This is not one of those systems where we're concerned about it, but just there's a possibility, non-zero chance there. So, on our Skycast today, It is entirely dry here in the Mohawk Valley, a few pockets of showers in the highest of elevations. Tonight, it's looking quiet and dry, temperatures in the 60s and 50s tomorrow. It's a beautiful day to start. We're already in the upper 70s, near 80 by noontime, and then here comes those showers and storms. Now, the latest model data that came in this morning shows these showers and storms a bit less aligned compared to yesterday. Remember, if those of you tuned in yesterday saw a very dark line of reds. Now, if this is the case here, we're going to see a bit less of a severe weather risk and more so just steady, heavy rainfall, which still is good news. We're still battling a rainfall deficit this summer. But either way, we'll keep a close eye on the storm chances on Thursday. Friday, it dries up. Temperature is 78 degrees. Then a secondary cold front moves through on Saturday. That's going to bring in the cooler temperatures. Sunday and Monday, high of 63, low of 44. And on Monday night, low of 40, as we're getting those crisp overnight lows and actually warming back up following that. So we've got some pretty nice fall weather on the way, too.
Yeah, some good sweatshirt weather coming.
Oh, easily.
Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libator. If you liked yesterday, get ready for today. Meteorologist Eric Gage in the Weather Center. And Eric, it looks like a repeat today.
Yeah, lots of sunshine, dry weather for the most part, and pretty comfortable temperatures. Take a look at what's going on out there right now. First off, we're at 51 degrees with sunshine at Griffiths in Rome. Dew point of 49, so that low humidity is currently present. Sunrise 6:30, sunset 7:37. Here's a live view outside right now where, again, at the twilight this morning is beautiful out early today. 51 in Rome, 48 Hamilton, 53 Binghamton, and 42 in Saranac Lake with some fog up there. But the radar right now is showing dry conditions all across the area. So what can you expect today? Well, after this cool start, we climb to near 80 again this afternoon with still lots of sunshine, isolated showers in those highest elevations like yesterday, just a bit less likely. But as we head into tomorrow, after a dry start, there's widespread rain we're tracking, even a few thunderstorms. We'll track that coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. Survivors of
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody. Our photo of the day today takes us to North Winfield, and it's something you might not even heard before. Maybe you've heard of a rainbow, but have you heard of a fog bow before? Check out this shot right here of a white rainbow taken in North Winfield. And look at that shot right there. This is actually caused with a similar effect to rainbows, except you got a lot of particles of moisture in the atmosphere low to the ground, not quite enough to produce the scattering of the different wavelengths, but still produces a sort of a sun halo near the ground. So either way, amazing shot right here. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics for the chance your photo featured right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise every weekday morning. So today's weather starts out quiet and cool, temperatures in the 50s and 40s. This afternoon, looking at lots of sunshine and high temperatures climbing to the upper 70s, near 80 degrees. We got all that sunshine on tap today, maybe a few isolated pockets of showers in the higher elevations. We'll track those chances, plus the chance for some widespread rain tomorrow coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The drama awaits as Broadway.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
We got a beautiful day on tap today, lots of sunshine, a bit of a cool start though. We begin in the 50s and 40s for a lot of the area. Before we get to that forecast though, here's a quick update on the sunset times over the next couple of months. Now, I'm just the messenger here, but this is the latest numbers here of sunsets going from around 7:30 today, 7:21 in about a week. Then, October 3rd, around 6:30, and then before 5 p.m. in 2 months after daylight saving time. So, enjoy the later sunsets while we still have them, because we'll be entering the darker period of our year as we approach the winter solstice. So we look at downtown Utica, a live view. It's a gorgeous scene out there. Blue skies here in the valley and mainly quiet across much of the northeast. A few isolated areas of showers possible in the higher elevations today, but either way, much of the Mohawk Valley remaining dry. Our next round of notable rain chances comes from this cold front from the northwest. Notice here, though, by the way, that pocket of cold air. Look at those blues. That's snow chance north of Lake Superior. And no, we're not going to see any snow here locally, but it's interesting to see the effects of that pocket of cold air pushing south and east. So we're going to see some rainfall from it Thursday evening and a change in the weather pattern, a bit of a cool down temporarily, and then a better shot for some cooler weather later on in the weekend from a secondary cold front. Either way, this first front we're going to see tomorrow evening could be a bit on the stronger side. The SPC, Storm Prediction Center, upgraded us to a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather. So my gut feeling yesterday, I was focusing on that line of storms, and I was thinking this should be a little upgrade a little bit. But biggest concern, some stronger wind gusts, heavier rainfall, the most likely scenario, obviously. Isolated tornado risk is non-zero, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Today's conditions in the 70s, near 80 degrees, lots of sunshine, overall pretty pleasant day today. Tonight, it's quiet, it's clear, very average conditions overnight. Then tomorrow, starting out dry and sunny, a few more clouds, and here comes those showers. A few downpours initially, turning to some scattered rain showers and widespread rain from 6 p.m. onward through the early overnight. And then by Friday, things dry out. We see more rain arrive Saturday. This is the secondary cold front that's going to drop those temperatures even more into the low 60s Sunday and Monday before we warm back up again into the 70s by the middle of next week. But for now, though, it's sunny. It's 80 degrees out today, Gary. It's a beautiful day to spend time outside and get some last-minute golfing in before the seasons change. I know fall probably one of the best times for golfing.
Yeah, except finding your balls in the leaves.
Oh, true, yeah.
Eric, thank you. Joining us now. And Eric, the good news of the day continues to be the weather.
Yeah, I got blue skies behind us, Gary. It's been quite a familiar sight here for the past several days and for the past week potentially too. We take a look at the radar. It's dry here across the Mohawk Valley and southern valleys, but if you notice, we've got a little bit of activity to the north country. This is expected, like what we saw yesterday, with the topographical lift forcing that air into an unstable layer in the atmosphere, of course firing up a few downpours near the High Peaks area. Still in parts of Hamilton County, so I wouldn't say necessarily all the high peaks, but still parts of the Adirondacks nonetheless. So Hamilton County, a few pockets of downpours mixed in with sunshine. Plenty of sunshine and no downpours in downtown Utica early this afternoon. A beautiful shot here of the city. And the temperatures in the mid-70s right now. 74 Rome, 78 in Hamilton, 75 out in Rochester. And today we will see those highs push near 80 with clear skies tonight and no rainfall expected following those downpours up north, obviously, until tomorrow evening. That's when a strong cold front moves in from the west. That will fire up a few showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, which some could be on the stronger side. We'll track those, have the latest information on the strength of those storms in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The U.S. military killed 11 people in a strike on a vessel from Venezuela, allegedly.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, lots of sunshine, gorgeous outdoor weather so far in the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures in the 70s here, but we take a look at Old Forge. Shout out some parts of the North Country this afternoon. Temperature is 69 degrees, a little bit cooler out, but still plenty of sunshine up here in the northern portions of Herkimer County. But those of you in Old Forge, if you look to your east, you could be seeing a few more of those towering cumulonimbus clouds. You got some downpours trying to fire up here, primarily near Indian Lake, in between Lake Pleasant heading into southern Hamilton County. Pretty much all of this activity is only in the Hamilton County border and to the east. So, so far Herkimer County completely dry. That's pretty much the most of the rainfall we'll see today, those pockets of higher elevations witnessing those downpours. But we look at the bigger picture here, we have something a lot more notable. Look at all this rainfall here in parts of the Great Lakes. That is heading our direction, and this will arrive tomorrow evening. And this will bring a fresh delivery of widespread rain, maybe a few thunderstorms, and a sign of a temperature change as we head into the weekend and early next week. This front itself is not going to bring the big change, but there's a trailing one over here, which will definitely bring some cooler weather, at least for a few days. But what we're tracking here on this front is not so much a big change in the temperature, but also just the fact that this could be producing a few stronger storms. A level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather. Haven't really had a whole lot of this year, thankfully. Last year, we saw too much of this. Now, this front is not impressive overall in terms of storm potential, but because the chances are there, we want to make sure you are weather aware tomorrow. So, strong wind gusts, some heavier rainfall, isolated tornado can't be ruled out. Again, it's a low but non-zero chance there. Still, a great way to have access to this information on the fly if you're out and about, and in a timely manner. Download the Storm Tracker 2 app. Those warnings get sent right to your phone, no matter the time. So, when it comes to our skycast today, lots of sunshine, dry weather, still a few downpours up north, but that's really about it. Tonight, it's quiet, it's clear, lows in the 60s and 50s. Tomorrow starts out dry, a bit of a more south wind taking form here as we approach near 80 again with a few more clouds in the afternoon, but then we head in the evening, here comes that front. Initially, a few scattered thunderstorms and downpours, followed by widespread rain as that front passes over us. And then following that, it does cool down a little bit with some patchy fog Friday, but that south wind returns again. So it's going to replace it with even still some pretty warm temperatures in the upper 70s. So overall, showers and storms Thursday. No major difference in the temperature Friday due to that south wind returning, but then we'll see that secondary front arrive Saturday. And that is the one that's going to bring in some cooler temperatures into the low 60s Sunday and Monday, but overall relatively dry. So Saturday, a little more rainy than not. Thursday evening, some widespread rain, but that's about it. Today, we got some pretty nice weather, Gary.
Yeah,
so.
You can't beat our weather, that's for sure.
No.
Eric, thanks. Well, President Trump revealed this morning that meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, the sunset times are changing pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, today's sunset's around 7:30. Not too bad. It is noticeable, though. I'm missing the 8 p.m. sunsets, but a couple of months, Gary. I'm just the messenger. Let's take a look right here. We go to a 4:51 sunset in 2 months. I know. It's going to get dark sooner, but that's the case with living in the northern hemisphere. If you live in the southern hemisphere, it's the exact opposite right now. They're gaining daylight, but also, they get their winter is our summer and vice versa. Either way, though, we enter the fall season as daylight time continues to shrink rapidly over the next few months. Radar right now is quiet in the Mohawk Valley and south, a few downpours. So far, no lightning detected in Hamilton County, now entering portions of the High Peaks area near 28, near Long Lake. But downtown Utica, it's still dry, it's sunny, it's a beautiful shot right there in the city. 76 the temperature in Rome right now, and over the next 12 hours, we could be peaking in the upper 70s, near 80, before we cool down into the 60s and 50s tonight with clear and quiet conditions. Tomorrow starts out dry, but we're tracking a massive cold front that'll bring widespread rain to our area. We'll take a look at the timing of it, plus impacts in terms of potential storms in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Former Word of Life pastor Tiffany.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Lots of sunshine here across the area on this September 3rd. We begin with a look inside, or at least outside, Hartwick College, facing the City of the Hills, Oneonta right there in the distance, and the greenery, which will be changing a little bit as we enter the next few weeks. By the way, I did some diving into some data over the past few hours and my opinions on this upcoming fall. I do think we're expecting a warmer fall and a drier fall, which means paired with this dry summer that we're going to be seeing some early leaf changing. And in fact, some of you probably have already spotted them changing as well. But we'll get to that, of course, as we enter more so fall season, mid-September, when we really start to notice some of that change take place. But either way, it's dry here in the valley, a few downpours in the Adirondacks, mainly in Hamilton County, surrounding Indian Lake, and then, of course, heading farther north. That's the only rainfall activity we're tracking today. Our next round of rainfall is this massive blob of rain showers out near Lake Superior, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's expected to push its way east. By the way, look at that. We have some blues there. There's some snow potentially north of Lake Superior. That's not expected to reach New York State, but just a heads up that as we enter September, October, November, we're going to start to see more of these blobs pop up, mainly missing our area, but we're always on edge in case some of them do push their way south. But either way, what are we expecting from this front? Widespread rain, a few storms. In fact, some of these storms could be on the stronger side. Level 1 out of 5 risks for severe weather in that dark green area right here. Biggest risk being some stronger straight line wind gusts and the potential for an isolated tornado that can't be ruled out. It's a non-zero chance, but there's still a chance. In fact, with the arrival of that front tomorrow, in case you're not next to a TV, just download the Storm Tracker 2 app. You can scan it using the QR code right here, and you'll have a warning sent right to your phone any time of the day, and it's a great tool to have for scenarios like this. So 50s starting today. We climbed into the 70s, still a few pop-up showers up north, but tonight it's quiet, it's clear. Lows fall into the 60s and 50s. Tomorrow, it's a quiet start. A few showers and thunderstorms fire up around 5-6 p.m. ahead of that actual front that moves through in the evening, bringing widespread rain and then eventually some patchy fog as we enter early Friday morning. But Friday itself is mostly dry. Then as we enter Saturday, a secondary front moves in. That's the one that's going to bring some changes in the temperatures down into the low 60s Sunday and Monday with some drier weather. So rainfall chances for the next few days, Thursday evening through the early overnight, then Saturday morning throughout Saturday afternoon. After that, it's mainly dry Friday, today, and for the second half of the weekend.
Get out there and enjoy it while we can.
Enjoy the sunshine.
For sure. Eric, thanks. A federal judge in...
Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Another gorgeous day today.
Another beautiful day. We have another one like this before the weather starts to change. In fact, we're not going to get an entirely dry day tomorrow. We do have a cold front on the way. That is going to be setting the stage for changes in our weather as we head into the weekend. But we're sitting at 79 degrees. We hit 80 again today. It's been a very warm afternoon. The humidity is low, and that's allowing for temperatures to swing around quite a bit. We started out in the 50s this morning. As we look at the Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, again, things look pretty quiet across the region. We're tracking another warm day tomorrow. Temperatures once again close to 80 degrees. We are tracking some showers that arrive in the evening, just in time for the evening commute, and there will be some cooler weather to follow as we head into the weekend. Partly sunny skies, temperatures in the 70s this evening. Looks like a nice evening ahead. The weather's going to cool down quite a bit heading into the weekend. I'm going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Chances are, if you...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Another lovely day across Central New York. We've been seeing lots of sunshine. It's been a great stretch of weather. It's warm. Temperatures have been near 80 degrees over the past couple of days. We've got another day like this tomorrow, but there are some changes that will be taking place later in the day. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's actually pretty quiet today. We thought there might be an isolated shower again in the higher terrain, but that has not been the case so far. Tomorrow is going to be a very different day. We're expecting a round of showers and storms to arrive in the late afternoon to early evening, thinking that a lot of this arrives for the evening commute, and this is expected to be widespread. We're talking about locally heavy rain, gusty winds, and again, the timing will be right around the drive home, about 4 to 7 p.m. affecting all of central New York. A reminder, you can always get weather information on the go, including weather alerts, by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Temperatures, again, very warm today. Westmoreland 79, Deansboro 76, Little Falls 82, Inlet 73, across Southern Valleys, Cooperstown 74, Oneonta with 70 degrees. You can tell what's coming this way. This is a cold front. Again, it is producing widespread rain, and it's moving in our direction. This is going to be one of two weather features that move in. This one delivers rain, not a huge drop in temperature. It's the second one that rolls through that we're going to see big changes, and that's going to arrive on Saturday. Storm Tracker 2 skycast tonight, mostly clear. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s. A beautiful day tomorrow, at least it starts out beautiful. Lots of sunshine the first half of the day. After 1 o'clock, clouds start to thicken up. Temperatures will be close to 80 degrees. Rain arrives in the evening time. Again, some thunder, some lightning expected with this. The cold front swings through and it cools down. We'll drop down into the low 50s to upper 40s tomorrow night. And then Friday looks pretty nice. We should see a decent amount of sunshine. And it's still warm Friday with temperatures in the upper 70s. It's not until Friday night we'll see a second cold front roll through, and that is going to create some big changes in our weather. Mostly clear tonight, low of 57. Tomorrow, again, first part of the day looks nice. It's warm and sunny, but then that cold front arrives, producing widespread showers and storms. High temperature of 80 degrees. Again, that's before the wet weather arrives. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Friday's high 78. Looks like a pretty nice day, breezy. Saturday, showers, and I think they're going to linger longer. I think it's not going to be just a morning thing. It could be into the early afternoon, so not quite a washout at this point, but it's not trending well if you're looking to do outdoor things. Sunday, 66, some cool weather here into early next week, and then we're back to the 70s Tuesday and Wednesday.
Bill, thanks.
Thank you, Bill. Oneida.
Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
So we've had some nice weather here over the past couple of weeks. This picture comes from Boonville. This is Nancy Kavanaugh. This pepper is almost a full pound, 15 ounces. So the growing season is doing well for some places. I know it's been a very dry summer. It's also been a very wet spring, and it's not for everyone, but some of the plants really like the weather that we've had this summer. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. It's been a warm day. We're going to hit 80 again tomorrow. We'll be close to 80 on Friday, but then the weather does cool down. We're looking at a substantial cool down for the weekend. Temperatures in the mid-60s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We do have some wet weather to go along with this, especially tomorrow evening as a cold front arrives. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, the weather looks great. Sunset nowadays is 7:30. Tonight's featured dog, Sam from Waterville. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Happening tomorrow.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. Beautiful day today. Temperatures hit 80 degrees. We'll have another warm day tomorrow and pretty warm Friday before the weather changes. It's going to feel more fall-like here heading into the weekend, especially Saturday. Live look at Oneonta, 73 degrees. Nice and dry across central New York. Nothing doing in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This is going to look different tomorrow at this time. We're expecting a cold front to roll through. It does produce some gusty winds and some locally heavy rain. It's not expected to produce anything severe, so this is not going to be an alert day. But it will impact your evening drive, especially if you're heading home around 5 o'clock. That's when we're expecting a lot of this wet weather to arrive. Reminder, you can always get weather on the go by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Something we have not talked about much, wildfire smoke. There's a very small amount in the air to the west, but it's not going to have much of an impact at all. The good news is the wildfire situation has settled down, and hopefully we won't be talking about this in the future. As we take a look at the weather, if you're trying to get the lawn cut, I know it hasn't been growing very quickly, but we do have some rain chances ahead, so you might want to get the cut in early tomorrow. Friday is a good day to do that. Saturday, not so much. We're expecting rain in the morning, and it'll take a little while to dry out. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Temperatures from our Skywatchers, warm Bob and Clinton 81, Helen and Cassville 77, Donna in Norway 75, Bill and Old Forge 73, Frank Paynes Hollow 75, Carroll and Worcester 78. We've got high pressure that continues to drive our weather, bringing a south wind, some of those warmer temperatures, but you can see the changes ahead. Our weather comes in from the west. Here's a cold front. This is going to be arriving tomorrow evening. Tonight, mostly clear, overnight lows in the 50s. A nice quiet night across the region, a nice sunny start to our Thursday. Plenty of sunshine for the first part of the day. Clouds will thicken up into the afternoon, and we will be tracking rain, especially in the evening time between about 4 to 7 p.m. Gusty winds are possible too, but I think this is predominantly rain, and it's widespread. I know we've had a lot of dry weather this summer, and the rain is going to be beneficial. We are running behind by 3.5 inches throughout the course of the summer. So we head into Friday. The weather looks dry. It's still pretty warm. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s with breezy southwest winds. Mostly clear tonight, 57. Tomorrow, sunshine, followed by showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder late in the day. 80 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy Friday, 78. It's cool over the weekend. 64 Saturday, cloud showers. Partly sunny Sunday, 66. Low 60s Monday. And we do start to warm up Tuesday and Wednesday with highs back into the 70s. We'll be right back.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Turned out to be another lovely day across central New York. Very warm for this time of the year, but nothing unheard of. 79 degrees, sunshine. We did hit 80 at Griffiths and Rome. The humidity is low, which means we are going to cool off like we have over the past several evenings. Clear skies expected. But this weather is not going to stay this way. We are tracking changes ahead. Not this evening. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Another warm day tomorrow, but cold front arrives, and this is going to bring changes in our weather. It brings a round of rain, gusty winds for tomorrow evening's commute, followed by cooler weather as we head into the weekend. Partly sunny skies this evening, temperatures in the 70s, very pleasant conditions. Again, we are tracking some cooler weather heading into the weekend. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Chase, back to you.
Thank you, Bill. Oneidas?
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. Another beautiful day. Temperatures hit 80 degrees this afternoon. Lots of sunshine, low humidity, very warm, even for early September. There's a live look in downtown Utica. It is going to be a lovely evening across central New York. Enjoy it because this time tomorrow, things are looking very different. We're tracking a cold front that will be on our doorstep this time tomorrow, producing widespread rain, gusty winds, maybe some thunder and lightning. The front will be moving through in the evening time, and behind it, there will be some cooler weather. It doesn't arrive all at once, but it will be here as we head into the weekend. Reminder, you can always get weather alerts to your phone by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. With the rain arriving tomorrow, if you do have to cut the lawn earlier in the day would be better, say before 4 o'clock, then the rain will be arriving. Friday should be a good day to cut the lawn too if you can't do it tomorrow. Saturday, not great. We're expecting clouds and showers. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Skywatchers checking in. Bob and Clinton, 81 degrees. Helen and Cassville, 77. Eric and Inlet, 71. Curtis Corners, 75. Alder Creek, 73. Across the Southern Valleys, Stewart and Cooperstown, 75 degrees. And Westford, Dave checking in with 73. We go to the west, and we can see a cold front moving across eastern Michigan. This is going to be our weather maker for tomorrow, and it's going to bring widespread rain. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, mostly clear. Should be a nice night. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine for the first part of the day, and then clouds start to thicken up, say, in the early afternoon, say by 1 p.m. Temperatures will be close to 80 degrees. The front arrives in the evening time. This is the scene at 5 p.m. Widespread rain, gusty winds, a few rumbles of thunder are possible. The rain comes to an end tomorrow night, and then the stage is set on Friday for some pretty nice weather. It looks breezy Friday, and slightly cooler, but with plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s. Tonight, mostly clear, 57. Tomorrow, sunshine to start. Unsettled weather in the evening time, temperatures near 80 degrees. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Partly sunny, breezy Friday, 78. It's a lot cooler heading into the weekend, and Saturday is trending wetter. I think it's going to be more than just a morning shower. It might linger into the first half of the afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-60s Sunday, low 60s Monday, so a couple of cool days ahead. But we're back to sunshine temperatures in the 70s by Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, Bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, Syracuse, the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Can we hear you now?
We can. You know what? It worked the beginning of the show, and did you notice it just died? So, live television, these things kind of happen.
You sure it wasn't you?
I'm positive. I'm just sitting here.
Kidding. Take a look at this.
Jinxed. Did you take this picture?
Took this picture from the KTV parking lot.
All
This
right.
is our almost full moon. We would call this a waxing gibbous moon.
Okay.
Our full moon is Sunday night, so it's
Sunday.
getting brighter, and it's going to continue to get brighter here over the next couple of days. By the way, there is a lunar eclipse on Sunday, but we won't be able to see it here. You've got to be on the other side of the globe, out towards out towards Asia. That's where they'll be able to see it. So you might see a lot of hype about this online. Unfortunately, we won't be able to view that. Live look at the Airfield Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. It's been a nice day. It was warm, down to 63 now. We've been doing this the past couple of nights where it's been warm during the day, cooling off at night. It's that time of the year as the nights are getting longer and the air is really dry, allowing for temperatures to cool off. We're hitting 80 tomorrow again. I'll be in the upper 70s Friday, but there's going to be a push of much cooler weather here as we head into the weekend. Tonight, good night for sleeping. You can leave the windows open. Don't need the air conditioner. Overnight lows drop into the upper 50s. We're tracking a cold front tomorrow that does produce some rain. We've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Survivors of convicted sex.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. We are looking at very quiet conditions across the region this evening. Another lovely night across central New York. It's a live look at the Airfield Battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, again, all is quiet across the region. Tomorrow is going to be a different day. We've got a cold front that moves in from the west. This is going to produce showers and maybe some thunderstorms, the potential for some gusty winds and locally heavy rainfall. This is expected to be region-wide as we head into the evening time. So right in time for the evening commute, again, when we're looking at widespread rainfall, this is going to be ushering in some much cooler weather. Reminder, you can always download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app to get weather information on the go. This will send you any alerts, or even if there's heavy rain nearby or lightning detected, it'll give you a heads up in case you're outside and give you a chance to get indoors before that happens. Looking to cut the lawn early tomorrow is fine. Again, we've got dry weather early in the day. It's not until later in the day that the rain arrives. Friday looks good. Saturday we're going to put down as a no. I think the rain is going to linger in the morning to perhaps the early afternoon, which might make cutting the lawn on Saturday difficult. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Things look quiet for now, but again, we are tracking a cold front, and this is to the west. You can see it approaching, and it's a line, which means everybody gets at least some rainfall with this. We could definitely use the rain. We're more than 3 inches behind since the summer began. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. Thursday morning, tomorrow morning, we start out dry, lots of sunshine. It's warm. Temperatures will be near 80 degrees. Showers, thunderstorms will be arriving in the late afternoon to early evening. Showers come to an end tomorrow night, and we'll get a chance to dry out for Friday. Friday looks like another nice day. Sunshine, warm, with temperatures in the upper 70s. Tonight, mostly clear, low 57. Tomorrow, a dry start, a warm afternoon, high of 80, and then watch for the changes in the weather in the evening time as that cold front arrives. Again, showers, maybe some thunderstorms, gusty winds. Friday's high 78. Watch how things change. Saturday, a cold front arrives, another one, and this is going to kind of bottom the floor out here. Temperatures will be in the low 60s, And I think those showers will linger into most of the day. Sunday's high 66, Monday's high 63, a couple of cool days here. We're back into the 70s, though, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Not too bad, though. I mean, considering that the little dip in the road, we go back into the 70s. Beautiful fall weather coming up.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill. Coming up next, the NFL Still Get the Forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis and professional photographer as well.
I guess so.
Great shot of the moon here. We're so close to a full moon.
Yeah, this is the moon tonight from the WKTV parking lot. This is called a waxing gibbous moon, which means you're just a few days away from the full moon.
See the craters and everything. Great picture.
Yeah, this is also posted on my social media page. If you want to take a closer look, you can see a lot of detail. I was very happy with how that picture turned out. Of course, it is also helpful that I have a telescope to be able to see that and be able to take pictures from that too. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's a great night to be out and stargaze. Looking at clear skies across central New York. It's cooling off quickly. We're down to 59. We made it to 80 degrees today. So a warm day, cool nights. That's how September typically plays out, especially the first part of the month. We're looking at temperatures close to 80 again tomorrow, this time with some rain before the day is done. We're tracking a cold front that's going to bring some cooler weather to the region as we head into the weekend. Temperatures in the low 60s. It looks comfortable to sleep with the windows open tonight. Temperatures look to fall into the upper 50s. We are tracking some rain as we head into tomorrow, especially late in the day. And look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A nice night across central New York. We're looking at clear skies, a live look in downtown Utica. We're looking at dry conditions on the Stern Tracker 2, the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. This is going to look different tomorrow. We've got a cold front moving in, and this is going to give us the chance for not only rain, but also some gusty winds. We're looking at the chance for a couple of isolated strong storms tomorrow. The odds are pretty low, but they're not zero. It's not to the point where we would issue an alert day for this, but this does arrive for your evening commute, and it does look widespread. Widespread rain, gusty winds, and also, again, some locally heavy rain possible. Reminder, you can always get weather information on the go, including watches, warnings, advisories, by downloading our Stern Tracker 2 weather app. Looking to cut the lawn tomorrow should be good early in the day. It's not until the afternoon and evening. It's after, say, 4 or 5 o'clock that the rain arrives. Friday looks like a good day to cut the lawn too, if you have to. Saturday, not so much. Showers, and they could linger for most of the day. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. It's been a nice stretch of weather. We've had high pressure in control, but that is going to change. We're looking to the west. We're tracking a cold front that will produce a round of rain. And again, that'll be arriving here late tomorrow. Stern Tracker 2 Skycast. Clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 50s. Tomorrow, we're looking at sunshine for the first part of the day. Clouds will thicken up. Temperatures will climb to near 80 degrees. Showers arrive later in the day, even a few rumbles of thunder are possible. This will move to the east tomorrow night, so the rain will come to an end, and the stage is set for really nice weather Friday. We're expecting lots of sunshine, breezy conditions with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Tonight, mostly clear, low 57. Tomorrow looks like a beautiful day, partly sunny skies. Again, the weather does change abruptly for the evening time, with showers and a few rumbles of thunder arriving, a high temperature of 80 degrees. Now look at your Stern Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Partly sunny skies Friday, 78, breezy conditions. The weather cools down. Another cold front arrives Friday night into early Saturday, and things are changing for Saturday. It does look like it's trending wetter. Earlier this week, it looked like it was only going to be a morning rain, but now it looks like it might linger into the early afternoon. So the concern is it might continue that way. So Saturday's not trending great. It's going to be cool too, not only highs in the 60s, but the overnight lows get down into the 40s, and I wouldn't be surprised if some places get into the 30s
But
at night, early next week.
But that Friday looks great for the debut of Sports Express, high school football night.
Yes.
Beautiful weather for that.
For sure.
We'll hang on to that then. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up.